This version of It's Erik Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
It's Erik Nagel. And it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Erik Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Erik Nagel, and joining me always from the frozen tundra known as Arizona, say hello to Jordan.
Hey, everybody.
Jordan?
Yeah.
We're going to have to get into the fact that there's so much going on in this country, in this world. What is Arizona going to do to bring the attention back on them? You think on that while I go through the rest of this stuff here. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you're the one, and we appreciate that you're doing that. But do us a kindness over, never get it right, over here. If you're on the app there, find our show and put us in the number one preset. It means something to the company. So I'm told each and every week. So please do us kindness. Help us out there. Do that. If you're on Apple, Spotify, any of those fine platforms, do us kindness over there. Leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. If you want to join us live each and every week as we're doing this program, head over to our live rooms on YouTube and on Twitch. Give a like, follow, subscribe, notifications. All that stuff is free. It's just a couple of clicks. And this way it lets you know when we're live and that we're doing something. And if you can't do any of that stuff and you're going to watch us on your own free time, that is also acceptable. Videos, clips, all that stuff available on our YouTube channel at It's Erik Nagel. Of course, we had to start late today. There was stuff going on, as the kids say, IRL, and had to delay the start of the show. But our luck, right as we start the show, apparently the country known as Israel has just launched a bunch of missiles into Iran as we speak.
So this is our last show, everybody.
I mean, it's hard to compete because there's just so much programming on right now to watch. There's that. There's protests happening this weekend. There's a big military parade happening down in D.C. to celebrate the 250th birthday of the Army. So that military might is going to be on display down the main corridors of the capital of this country. And then, of course, the one that got everybody saying L.A. riots all over the place. God,
I just don't know which world-ending event to watch this weekend.
I know.
I really just don't know what to do.
I can't keep up on this. I don't even want to do this now. I just want to bring up a news feed and just keep going through everything and go, oh, so that's how. And then Jordan's taking a page from my book. All this misery, all this stuff's happening. And of course, it's inconveniencing him because you told me missiles were shot into Iran and now we're not going to get GTA 6.
Yeah. I mean, just one more setback to not let me play that game next year.
Yeah. This is your version of me when football would interrupt The Simpsons on a Sunday night.
Right.
And either the game went too late. They didn't even bother airing The Simpsons that night.
What do you mean you went?
Or it showed up at 10 o'clock. And you're just like, come on, enough with the football.
Yeah.
But
well,
now,
the world's going to end. But the good thing is we have new drops.
Oh, yeah, we do. I was thinking about that. I just really got into using the LA Night drop for the riots. I'm like, when are we going to have a chance to do that?
Well, now we have it.
Yeah, I have some new stuff here. Trying to remember where it all was just to show you. We did the Jigglers, right?
We did.
Okay.
Last week, yeah.
I didn't. I'm looking in the sex category. I forgot to add those new things there.
That's right. We have a category.
What do we have? Oh, yeah. Well, these two I can't play because we haven't debuted them yet. They'll be debuted later in the show.
Okay.
I have this one here from our pal Dave Attell.
Guys, racism is wrong, no matter how funny and dead on it is. So don't do it, all right?
There you go.
I love that clip because I think that was one of his the last like special he did for Netflix, I think.
Oh, hot cross buns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that clip,
I just laughed.
It was good up until that point. After that, I was just like, all right, this was not necessary. But welcome all into here. I know I have other drops. I'm can't remember. Some of them I just realized I can't play because we haven't done the actual segments for them yet. So
so out of place. Yeah.
I see the chat's loading up. People are getting in. Thank you for joining us, even though we're late to streaming this thing. If you're on iHeart the next day and the other podcast stuff, it won't matter. It's not late to you. It's whenever the hell you want to watch it or listen when you're damn good and ready. I'll just call you Bubs. Hi. Hello, sir. How are you? Ma'am, whatever the case may be.
With a C.
All our friends who are watching comfortably up in Canada, like Intersect and Tom from Alberta. Tom saying Arizona will do a purge to compete or one up the other 49. I don't know. I think there's going
to be too hot to purge. We're not going to go outside now. It was 105 degrees yesterday. I think yesterday. I was like, no, thanks.
I think
we'll purge in the winter.
I think the way Arizona merges themselves into all these stories, if we just start seeing our pal Frank from Fridays with Frank show up with ice on the streets of LA, they're just zip tying people. He's just doing his, I don't know, camera's still following him.
Yeah.
Those will be great episodes. I forgot to read what Intersect said. He says, I'm here because I need joy. Well, hopefully we're going to find it. We're going to be talking AI. We've got all kinds of fun racial material that's coming up later.
Sure.
We got to talk about this BBC story of smuggling a phone out of North Korea, which is
that
nuts.
one sounds wild.
Red Lobster is trying to make a big comeback. We'll see if that's going to happen. And
we're trying to ship babies with the
luggage. Gigantic jam-packed segment 2.
Yeah, we got a lot.
So remember, we got to fly through segment 1 to get to segment 2 and all of that other stuff there. Our pal Jake Hudson's in the chat there. What do you think about Stuttering John coming back? He didn't. For anyone who even gives a shit about all that stuff. Stupid. Live streamed a blank screen for an hour because he was about to get demonetized and thought that was going to be sufficient. And I hate that guy so much. I went and I looked at this. Is one of the few times they've ever done this. I looked at the terms of service, and that is not allowed by YouTube. That's almost like those girls that do the sleeping streams,
right?
Where they put the cameras on and go to sleep. You're not allowed to do that either. That doesn't count. So what he did is in total violation, and I was encouraging people all over the place to report that live.
How does someone like him get to the verge of being demonetized? Well, that too. Yeah. Get demonetized where someone like Giddles, who doesn't stream anymore and doesn't do
I think Giddles got demonetized.
Okay, because he was telling us he was getting checks every now and then. I'm sitting there going, dude, you haven't streamed a cooking show in
2 years. 2 years.
How do you still get money from that?
And I helped him build that whole thing. We came up with the number of the feast.
It's such
for
a
his
good
cooking
name.
thing. He stopped doing it once he was allowed to go back outside after the pandemic. He hasn't done it since. And yeah, he didn't turn everything off. He was still making. I don't know. I shouldn't be outing him like that, but I think it got demonetized.
It's so funny to see him.
Good on him for finding the loophole.
I hope he did. Yeah.
Also, Stuttering John said this.
You were using the N-word.
And he repeatedly said the N-word many times. So. Fuck him. And let's move on to other things here. Tom saying Rage Against the Machine predicted current history with their third album. Stop living your life according to lyrics, Tom. How many times do we have to tell you that? Because you won't, and you don't stop.
Although I have been very lax on replying just because I've been busy in my personal life, I do appreciate Tom putting me on to like random Canadian bands every now and then. It's been pretty good. So keep it up in the old DMs or right.
Or Bare Naked Ladies. Nickelback.
No, he's coming up with some like obscure stuff that even I
Avril Lavigne.
Heard of. Well, then, yeah, I've never heard of her.
Wasn't the guy from Sum 41? Was he Canadian?
I don't know if he was Canadian.
Or were they Californian? I don't know. Who cares?
Married in.
I would be interested. Filter it through Jordan, and Jordan, you tell me if they're good. You pass them along.
I'll bring it through every now and then.
Yeah, that's the screening that I have to go through. Intersect saying, this doesn't sound like joy. The worst of horrors being Red Lobster trying to return. I know. All right, so that bumps up to the number 1 slot. 2, Israel has struck Iran with missiles. The LA riots, 3. We got to round out the 5 here. So far, that's what we have.
The 5 apocalypses.
Oh, all right. There's number 4. Sum 41 is Canadian. There you go. That's tragic.
That's so tragic. That's tragically him.
Oh, I want to bring to the show here a correction.
Ooh,
that was I was informed of last night that I did not realize what I had said. We were talking about physical media, and I said, if one day when the power goes out because of an EDM, that no one's gonna have anything to stream. They're going to have to just rely on physical media. And then I realized 2 things. 1, the power's out. None of that physical media is going to work. 2, I said EDM when I meant EMP. And it was also brought up to me that Jordan started doing techno music while I was doing my little spiel there, and rightfully so, because I was oblivious that I had said the wrong term. I was within the 3-letter acronym
right.
area that I needed to be in, and it started with the E, but I got the rest of it wrong.
ELO.
That's on
when
me.
the ELO finally hits the nation.
Yeah.
No, I just there are times to make corrections live, and there are times to just do something that maybe someone will catch, bring a little Easter egg to someone's life. And I did get a number of people point that out to me, so I did bring it up to your attention last night, and it was hilarious.
Well, thank you for doing so and keeping me in check.
Got to keep you humble.
Oh man.
We did get a like on
did
one
you hear
of our
that?
latter.
Sorry, did you just hear that?
No.
My neck popped. I was outside playing Power Wash Simulator in IRL.
Yes, I saw your post.
And
I thought it was Brian Johnson for a second. I didn't realize
it was fine.
yours.
I was outside doing great, and then because you power wash and try to get all the gunk and grime from the winter and the spring out of the way, because you got to wait in this area at least. Yeah, Jordan, we have this thing called seasons, and in spring there's heavy pollination that happens. So everything's green and yellow, and you got these little rope pollen things if you live in an area with like oak trees and stuff. So you have to wait a few weeks for that whole pollen cycle to go away before you can clean everything else outside and bring out all your fun summer stuff. A lot of people were jumping the gun and getting stuff out weeks ago, like, oh, first grill outside. First of all, if you're just grilling now because it's summer, you're wasting your grill because you should be using it all year long. 2, they bring everything else out and they're like, oh, tables are out. We just opened the pool. Pollen falls like crop dusting. And you got to deal with that.
Yellow everywhere.
Just wait a couple weeks and you'll be fine. I did all that. Cleaned up, covered in gunk and whatever. I go and clean up, take a shower. And while I'm taking a shower, I'm like, oh my God, I feel terrible. Like I feel every movement I made from using that power washer. But it's just so much fun.
It was like your body's not used to those movements and stuff like that. I actually felt the same issue the other day. I was doing a birthday dinner for the kid. Did some pulled pork. I made the pulled pork with the Dr. Pepper coconut. Turned out great. Had a little bit of a sweetness to it. Made some homemade barbecue sauce with it. But she had asked for
throw some pineapple into that and just go full Hawaiian.
I kind of wanted to do that, but I didn't have any. So next time I'm going to do. I have so much leftovers. But one of her requests was like she wanted mashed potatoes. I was like, okay, I could do mashed potatoes. I usually do skin on because I don't like the idea of peeling potatoes.
I love Red Bliss mashed potatoes with the skin on it. Fantastic.
But the kid, her birthday request, doesn't want skin on potatoes. And I can't remember the last time I peeled a potato. And I peeled a bunch of potatoes and I'm starting to like feel like my lower back start to hurt because I'm like leaning over the trash to get the stuff. I couldn't believe that I've started to feel just bad physically by peeling potatoes. I'm like, I hate getting old. Like just simple functions are starting to hurt.
That old timey joke, like from TV and movies, where they're like, wear comfortable shoes because it just was like one of those stupid like sitcom things, whatever.
Right.
But then you realize like, holy shit, you're standing on solid surface for a long time or outside, uneven cement. And I have bluestone through a lot of my backyard, so it's all piecemeal. It's all uneven and what have you.
Right.
And you're just like, oh my God, you feel it later on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Tom from Alberta. Oh, here we go. Getting ready for an hour food again. Now I could say yes, or I could say I've had enough of your shenanigans here. do we ban him or is he being sincere?
We'll let this one go for now. But I
Okay.
could go another hour of just food talk.
Jordan
Got
used
plenty
his
of
golden
things.
buzzer to prevent you
Yeah,
from.
I saved you.
Yeah. I am looking the live feed. I have the live TV stuff on here just to keep tabs while we're doing this stuff here. So it's amazing how I'll say more NBC and ABC seem to have somebody right in the center of anything that just happened. Like, how did they get that guy there ahead of time when shit happened? They have a guy here. One, he's in Israel. He's in, I guess he's in Tel Aviv. One of their field reporters is there, and they have another guy that they're going to in Iran.
Here's the thing about the Iran bit. A couple days ago, they'd issued a warning and were getting people, American citizens, like families of like diplomats, things like that, out of the country. Mm-hmm. So the idea that something big was going to happen was already out there. So it makes sense if you hear that happening, you get the correspondence where you need to be.
The Trump video from last night that said he was going somewhere, a black tie event or whatever. And like,
it was he went to go see Les Mis at the Kennedy Center.
Okay, and they're like, Mr. President, what do you know about what's going on with Iran? He goes, just wait and see.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, it's not us doing this. Something else is happening, and now we're just going to sit here and watch.
It won't be long. We'll be involved somehow.
All I can say is I got to be excited for it because what else can I do? I have no control over any of this. There's just too much happening at once.
Yeah.
And I just have to sit here and I go, well, I got my weekend programming set. I was thinking of going to the movies. That ain't happening. And
I said so.
Father's Day.
I said something last night to Rob when we were talking before you joined us. And we were talking about the stuff in LA. And I was like, well, I mean, the world's ending. All I'm going to do is sit here and play Mario Kart. And he just laughed and is like, yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. I was like, there's nothing. I have no control over anything. I can't go protest. Nothing's going to change if I go protest. Nothing's going to change in LA. Nothing's going to change in Israel,
go out
Iran,
there with
whatever.
Yelling, "We want Chili Willy."
We want Chili Willy.
It would be hilarious.
Would be great.
What's his name speaking right now?
What's his name?
Netanyahu.
Yes. Bless you.
They had something. NBC threw to Sky News. And they're watching something. I don't know. There's too much shit going on here.
Yeah,
I'll keep tabs on it. Jerusalem on full. All right, whatever.
Let's make with the funny.
Yes. So
World
this is starting to look like Risk coming to life. Or any of those kind of games.
The Ukraine is weak. It's that scene from Seinfeld.
The board over.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about.
All your little red eyepieces are all over the place.
They're trying to play Risk on a subway because neither one of them wants to trust them with the board. So funny.
Oh, fun. Maybe we should get back to food, like Tom was saying.
I mean,
well, Big Red Tower said, I always eat dinner before I watch the show or else my stomach growls a lot.
My problem is I wait to eat dinner after. So when we start doing this, I'm hitting like hour 2.5 and I'm just like, I really need to eat.
Yeah, I didn't make anything for dinner tonight, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Be the post-show complaints.
Bub's in the chat saying, 2 men that are younger than me are talking about being old. iHeart hurts now. No, iHeart has hurt for a long time. That company is doomed to fail, is what I'm going to say here. And I know we have this thing right there. Who knows how long that thing's going to be there, but after their most recent signing, I see this company not financially doing well. Moving on. That's an inside joke, Jordan. If you know, you know.
You know.
All right, I got to stop watching the
don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Israeli. I'm moving on from that. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Where do we want to go here? I apologize for the EDM thing.
We did get a like on one of our stories about the realtors.
Oh,
I thought was hilarious.
So let me get her name. So one of the realtors that we featured was the one from
I think San Francisco.
The San Francisco Bay Area, who was doing all the, I don't even want to say stereotypical, but because now I guess it's just highly offensive.
She was trying to be very like hip to younger kids, and then halfway through switched to literally just being
to Mickey Rooney from Breakfast and Tiffany's, right?
Oh, Harry Gorary.
Fontaine Deleuze or Deleuze. She's the realtor out there. We plugged her. I think her stuff is on in the description for the video since we featured her videos. She liked the video.
She is so funny,
which is great on her part for having a sense of humor. Because I mean, the shit she put out, she obviously has to have a sense of humor. Hopefully, it leads to something for her. But it was nice to see that she loved it. Oh, also, we have another video that came up. I swear I thought I put this up, and I was talking to somebody about this, and I said, yeah, we have the video up for this thing. And they went and looked, and they said, are you sure? I don't see this anywhere. I said, it has to be there. I know. And I look back, I made the video. I forgot to post it.
Oh, yep. I saw you post it the other day.
So this right here, the Lava Chicken remixes. I mixed all the segments we did together into one segment. So we talked about how that song charted over in Europe. It was the shortest song to ever break what was it, Billboard's Top 100 or Hot 100, something like that. And the internet being what the internet is and doing what it should, took the song and has made all these fantastic remixes. We watched them, we compiled them all together. It's available on the YouTube channel. Look up the Lava Chicken remixes. You will enjoy that. We have other videos coming too, but they're not up yet, so we won't plug them until later. I'm so distraught by the fact that everything's going on right now. We have good stuff. I'm like, no one's going to care.
Yeah, no one's going to care.
But I also got to remember, we're not fully live. Like we're live on here. We're live on some of the streaming thing for the one app, but everybody else gets this as a podcast the next day, and then the videos that
maybe
day
not.
Or the day after. Yeah, so tunnel vision.
Yeah, so we got Giddles in the chat. Hi, Giddles. World's ending. Yep.
It happens.
And we're covering it live.
It happens.
Before the world ends, though, hopefully we get to Sunday as a father.
Oh, Father's Day's coming up.
We're going to be celebrating Father's Day this weekend.
I've got at least one of my Father's Day gifts already because my kid at school, they were making something for all their fathers and could not wait, came running in the door on Wednesday saying, Daddy, I have your Father's Day gift for you for Sunday. I go, yes, but it's Wednesday. And she said, she's like, yes, but I want you to have it now. So
couldn't wait.
Yes. So it was very nice. I loved it. And I'm
the MASH box set. That was
I'm going to get it. The what?
She got you the MASH box set.
Well, I already have that. So she knows.
That'd be great. It's like not even handmade. She just, there you go.
So, so she gives me that. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. And I'm going to get it framed and hang it up maybe somewhere. And if I have room in the studio, I do have more stuff I got to do. I'm going to make another change to the studio. I have more stuff to hang up. So maybe we'll find some room for that. Father's Day is this Sunday. So if we're the ones reminding you, Amazon gift card. That's the best you can do.
Your standard Thai coffee mug, whatever you're going to do.
You doing anything special Father's Day?
I think I'm just gonna hang with the kids. I don't think I have anything like majorly planned. I'm gonna be dropping my daughter off with her mom like later that night, which I'm completely okay with. She's been with me for the last couple of weeks, so that's not a big deal. I don't know. It just feels weird that like this doesn't seem. No one really talks about Father's Day as a holiday. Like it doesn't seem to come up. Like I see
Mother's
stores.
Day's not really a holiday either. It's just people make a big deal.
Yeah, but like when you go into say a Walmart or whatever, like they have all the flowers out. They've got all the cards ready for the Mother's Day and stuff like that. No one talks about Father's Day as much. Like it just feels like it's like a forgotten holiday.
I really don't. It's always been that way. Like the old sitcom tropes for TV shows. It's like, you got me a tie. Oh, this is a tie from my closet, or this is a tie. The guy doesn't wear tie. It's always something terrible.
It's a tie rack,
right? Because Father's Day is not important. Mother's Day is the whole thing. But then all of a sudden it's like, well, fathers need to be there and be present, all this stuff. Yeah, well, maybe a nice, take me out to dinner or something would be nice to show some appreciation. Right. But it's always going to have that thing, and that's fine because we've got the rest of the year to ourselves. So who cares about the one day? I do have the issue, even more so now, having been a father. The way that they've been trying to erase father from a lot of things. And that usually involves kids' schools. Yeah. Because most schools had this, and they didn't have it when I was in school. I don't know if they had it when you were in school. They didn't have the daddy-daughter dance kind of thing, or father-daughter dance, whatever they want to call it. That became a thing, I think, in the 2000s, because in the 90s, I never heard of that ever.
It was later on. Like, I remember some of the, like, I think junior high had like the mother-son dances and then the daddy-daughter dances. I mean, maybe even elementary school. But yeah, it was definitely not a thing as you got older.
Right. Well, that's not, and I was like, oh, one day I'll have a kid. I get to, have, it depends. If you have a son, I don't think they do any father-son kind of activities.
They don't. Like, I've noted that's the one thing I have noticed is like they don't have anything, but the way they're catering everything lately, it doesn't matter.
Right. So when I had a daughter, I was like, oh, that'll happen one day. Cause I've seen, friends and neighbors and stuff when they all get all decked up. Mm-hmm. Like the little girls love this. They get all dressed up like it's a big deal. Precursors to, 8th grade formal, proms, all that shit. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I'll look forward to that. Well, they had one this year. Not a dance. Well, they had the dance, but it wasn't called a father-daughter dance or a daddy-daughter dance. They changed it to something else because they send out notices. Not everybody has a father. So it's including a parental figure or something. Like, they soften the fucking language.
Bring your favorite adult is what I've seen some of the stuff around my area too.
Right. Now, we didn't get to go because at that time my kid was suffering from something. I forget, throwing up, whatever. There was no way it was going to happen. Mm. Then for Father's Day, they were doing something at the school, but it was not a Father's Day It was billed as a Father's Day activity, but they wouldn't call it that. So, because again, not everyone has a father, so you can't call it that. But they called it Donuts with a Grown-Up. So it was supposed to be like a breakfast thing at the school. You come in for an hour with your kid, see the classroom, the school stuff. They have, catered breakfast and all this other stuff. So they called it that. And I was like, look, this is just going to be a product of our age. But growing up, if your parents were dead, oh, well, that sucks for you. Don't ruin everybody else's good time with your.
Get out of 5th grade, story. You dumb orphan.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not just all their parents might be, passed on, but it's also the parents may have left or not in their lives. Or now you add on the other layer that not everybody has a dad, or sometimes they have 2 dads, or sometimes, it starts getting really, really messy.
Can they just do like a theme dance of my 2 dads and they just dress like the sitcom?
And Greg Evigan is not doing anything.
He'll be there at every one of those.
The theme song for an hour nonstop. You can count on me, no matter what you do. You can count on me. Well, I don't know why I know. Oh yeah, I know why I know that. I know that. And Dick Butkus was in the show too. I love Dick Butkus. He was the guy that ran the bar that they went to hang out with.
Yeah.
Anywho,
he was in that.
So they had this thing, and then you and I were talking, and you're like, "Did they have a Mother's Day thing?" I was like, "Yeah, they had a Mother's Day thing." And I thought about, wait, did they have a Mother's Day thing? They had something like this. I went back to look through my notes from the school. It's like, did they call it a Mother's Day thing? Because that's kind of messed up if they're allowed one thing and not the other.
That was my thought. Yeah,
they didn't. They changed Mother's Day too, because not everybody has a mother. So, like, I hate this world you're living in because you can't just have basic things anymore because everyone has to have alternate situations, or unfortunately has alternate situations. But it doesn't mean not everything has to be an even playing field for all of this stuff. Mother's Day
does seem like it's got to cater to every subset of everyone's life. And at some point it muddies the waters and it just doesn't feel special anymore.
Right. Intersect. Not everybody has hands. So it's not like, oh, well, we can't play baseball because not everybody has hands. Our kickball team is going to state championships. Well, dumb people don't have legs. Shit, we just lost funding to the kickball team. Everyone's just going to sit around doing nothing. Yeah, so I forgot it was called, I think it was called Munchies and Me.
Ugh, it's even worse than the donut one.
That sounds like a new trend for an OnlyFans people. out there to do all of that stuff. So right away, I'm thinking it's inappropriate, but two, also it's kind of lame. So there's no Mother's Day thing that you can officially say for schools. There's no Father's Day you can officially say for schools.
We've got Indigenous Peoples Day for Columbus Day. Like pretty soon, it's no Christmas. It's a holiday party.
Yeah.
Do we have Thanksgiving? Is it still called Thanksgiving, or do we call it something else now?
Well, we stole the land apparently, so that's the thing. And then they'd probably be off for Juneteenth. That holiday, but
I was going to say, I
no
get
school
the email
this year. So
see, yeah, we still have. Well, I don't have school anyway, but like I know people whose work's giving them Juneteenth off.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I think the only ones that are safe anymore is Arbor Day. That's
it would suck, but you know what would be kind of funny, because like it'll sing here, Indigenous Peoples Day, like you said, that only white people had to work that day. Like not like how Jews work on Christmas. Because they're not off. So
right, yeah, what are they doing?
Everybody who's white, you can't, you got to go to work. Everybody else has got the day off. Fair. I would be okay with that. I'm like, all right, that's fair.
That'd be hilarious.
I get it once in a while. Our pal Kira's in there. Follow her channel, by the way, for her show, Finding My Perfect Awkward. And she's also on the radio.
She is.
I won't give out that market because I don't know if she wants that attention, but she's on the radio. I entirely get it. I would have loved to go to Father's Day things with my mom since we celebrated anyway, but not everyone has that situation. I understand. I'm not entirely insensitive to all of that, but I just don't think you need to also soften the wording of it or negate the concept of it just because not everyone has that. I wouldn't say you couldn't come. Like if a girl didn't or kid didn't have their father and they brought their mother there, it's not like all the fathers are going to run like this is, get out, no women here, that kind of thing.
No, we said no homers.
Yeah, it doesn't turn into a no ma'am meeting, but you could still call things as they are.
I was going to say I should probably reach out to my sister. My dad took off a long time ago. I didn't have a dad growing up. So I'm wondering like if my sister ever felt that like no daddy daughter dance situation. Like, we're all, we're all fucked up anyway, but like I've never thought about like how maybe that kind of stuff got into her head. Like, did it bother her growing up?
Right.
I just never thought about it.
Well,
because my mom was too busy. I never went to the mother-son dances. So, like, who cares?
I can surmise that I don't need a school function or a public function to celebrate Father's Day because what I'm doing is kind of what you're doing, just hanging out with the kid.
Why not?
And I had family members that were so it's like, oh, what are you doing for Father's Day? I'm just going to hang out with the kid. Oh, we want you to come down. We want you to, come here. We're going to do all this stuff here. And I was like, I'm good. I don't really want to.
I think the last thing I want to do is do things. Like, I just want to just hang out.
I don't mind doing things, but they're also, they're almost an hour away from, right? So it's like, okay, but we're in summer mode. I'm not far from the highways that go straight to the Jersey Shore area. So trying to come back on a Sunday evening when everyone's leaving the shore to come back to work for Monday in the New York City area is going to be is disastrous all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that thing where the kids passed out in the car and I'm driving and stuck. What should be a 30-minute commute is over an hour because of accidents or traffic or whatever else. All the dumb bennies leaving the Jersey Shore area, going back to New York, Brooklyn, what have you. So, it's just like, I'm good. We're just going to do there. Going to cook, going to relax. I'm going to spend the day with the kid. I'm going to try to get the pool open by then. And that's fine. That's all I give a shit about. The whole reason is they're the reason, that you're a dad. So just hang out with the kids.
Yeah.
Your kids, I mean, you have fun. Your kids are that age where you could just sit there and play video games with them. That's fun too.
That's what we've been doing. Like last night when Rob and I were talking, I was sitting there playing Mario Kart with the kids. I've let them stay up. It's summer. I mean, why not? Like we've just been having fun. Like who cares? I don't need any special thing. And the last thing I need is like if they were in school to have one more school event to have to take time off of work to go attend because they want to feel like they're included. It's like, Jesus Christ. No, thank you. It's the last thing I want. More FaceTime with the kids. No,
I'm looking forward to when the kids of an age where if she's really into gaming or something,
Yeah.
I'll get her the whole setup and doing stuff like that. What, like if she's playing Minecraft or Fortnite, something like that they're into. I mean, like she wants to play Call of Duty or PUBG. I'm like, I have no chance in this.
Right.
At least with the other ones, I'd have a fighting chance with that. But I'd go in there. Maybe I'll make another character and find hers, ruin her game under another name.
Yeah.
Make clips, laugh about it, bring it to the show. It's like, look at her and her friends screaming because I ruined their good time. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It is
Tom from Alberta saying, in Utah, which wife gets Mother's Day presents? Well, not all of them have children or lucky enough to bear children. So I guess it's the ones that spit them out. That's terrible to say. It's the ones that have the children that
you suckers
are the ones you have to honor. Although I don't know if Mormonism celebrates what would be pretty much a commercial Hallmark kind of holiday.
They do. They're not Jehovah's Witnesses. They'll celebrate everything.
See, like Kira's saying here in the chat, aren't they Hallmark holidays anyway? Like Valentine's Day, celebrating them on random Wednesday with flowers, grilling. I mean, you could do any of that stuff. I never celebrate certain things on the actual holiday because, like, if you're going to go to a restaurant, or go to some kind of lavish place to celebrate, I never do it. Like on a Valentine's Day, I would never go out to dinner on Valentine's Day, and I tell them straight ahead in advance, hey, we're going to dinner this Sunday. Why? Because Valentine's Day is next Friday, next Saturday, whatever. We're not going out to dinner on those days. But that's Valentine's. I'm doing it now because you can enjoy this now. We got a reservation at this place. That ain't happening, and I don't like fixed menus for a holiday where you walk in there and like, here's the special. It's like, well, where's the tomahawk steak? Where's the prime rib thing? Oh, these are the 4 items that we have for. I don't want filet of sole. I don't want this half baked chicken thing. Let's just go not on the day, and then you give them a nice gift on the day, and you go, here you go.
I think what I'm glad that I've done is I've instilled kind of an expectation with the kids. Like my daughter's birthday was this past Tuesday. I took the day off. I hung out with her. She got the Switch too. She's a happy kid. Everything's fine. But we didn't make a big spectacle of things. We didn't do like a big party yet. We didn't have family over. We just made it low key. We took her out to lunch, and then we had a nice dinner, did cupcakes.
Thank you, by the way, for using low key in the right place and the right terminology of it.
Well, I am old. But I'm going to do a party.
Like, no, I'm low key feeling this.
I hate
Fuck
that.
you. I want to just throw your drink in your face.
But the expectation is that this weekend we're going to do something with family. We're going to get together, but it's on a weekend. I'm not making people take time off. I'm not making people drive out to me. Like I was smart enough to say, look, we'll do some stuff. Here's some gifts. Everybody will come celebrate you on the weekend. Like, it feels better to do those kinds of things. And I agree with you with this Valentine's thing is, if that's the day everyone's going to celebrate, that's the last place you want to be, is a restaurant or somewhere nice or somewhere where things are be. Go on Wednesday, like Kira was saying, like just go on a random day, celebrate then. That's what you should be doing, and the world would be a better place if it exists
and cheaper, cost effective. I'll say you can't say cheap because everyone's like, oh, you don't want to spend the money. A good dinner is running you at least $300. So
she got the Valentine's Day markup. Ugh, no thanks.
So you just say, oh, it's more cost effective, or you get a reservation. You're not dealing with the crowds if you do it this way. Yeah. Never celebrate certain holidays on the actual day of the holiday. Do it right before there, and then just a little something to acknowledge the day. You're good. You're golden. And if they have a problem with that, then tell your story walking, because you can go out there and try to make all these plans then and do it yourself.
It's like Canada celebrating Thanksgiving in October. Those wacky bastards.
If I have to hear about Boxing Day one more time, no. So dumb. If you want to talk about places that you can go for Valentine's Day, I would not recommend taking your husband or father or baby daddy, whatever your situation is, to a cheap restaurant. Like I get it if it's, again, cost effective. I understand, but also on these certain days, maybe upgrade it a little bit because they would do it for you. Don't take them somewhere like an Olive Garden or a Red Lobster.
Yeah, but when you're there, you're family.
At Red Lobster?
No, an Olive Garden.
If you're there, you're getting overdose of sodium and high blood pressure.
Seriously.
People, it's one of the few restaurants I always see an ambulance show up at.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Well,
oh no.
Certain clientele goes there, and they weren't really fully prepared for the amount of all-you-can-eat shrimp that they're offering there. And of course, they got the scampi, and lo and behold, blood pressure problems. But we thought we were done with Red Lobster. We thought it was like finally going.
They were going out of business. Yeah,
TGIF, which should have still been around, other fine establishments. But Red Lobster was still hanging on. We're like, all right, it's gone. I don't have to hear people talk about their fucking Chesapeake, or was it cheddar bread?
The cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
They're good.
They're all saying like, oh, they're fantastic. No, they're not. They're the only edible thing at the place. That's why everyone thinks they're amazing. And then they have like the Betty Crocker box in the store. You can buy in the store now. Your own things. They're not good. No. They're not. Stop saying they're good. They're not. They're terrible. It was just announced that the new CEO is trying to pull them out of bankruptcy and is making all these changes to what's coming to Red Lobster. So all of a sudden we got noticed that they're putting out a presentation, a video. I'm like, okay, here's where the first red flag is. The video's barely 30 seconds. So not a lot of changes are happening there.
Right. Here's a list of our changes.
All right. Here's what's happening. No all-you-can-eat shrimp. See you there.
They lost a lot of money on those all-you-can-eat shrimp deals.
And they're
like terrible. It was ridiculous.
I've been to a Red Lobster once in my life, only because I was with some people and like, you've never been to Red Lobster? No, they hadn't either. And we're like, let's just go and see if it's actually decent. It's not. Any local seafood place, maybe except if you're out in Arizona or the desert somewhere, any local seafood place would be better than what this was. This is the CEO talking about the new changes coming to Red Lobster.
Hi, I'm Damola, CEO of Red Lobster. It's a new day, and we're making changes we think you'll be happy with. For starters, we're bringing back some fan favorites.
Hush puppies.
Yep, they're back.
Why would you get rid of hush puppies?
I didn't know they had hush puppies. No one talks about hush puppies.
I love hush puppies at Long John Silver's. That's the only reason I like hush puppies.
Okay.
You soak them in malt vinegar and they're the best. But I didn't know that those were a thing for them. Of course, I don't like seafood enough to go to Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Also, this guy must be like 20.
This guy looks like Dwayne Wayne's friend in a different world. I can't remember what his character's name was, but I remember the actor's name was Ron Bell.
Yes.
Hush puppies.
Yep, they're back. And there's plenty under 20 on the menu.
Oh, you can get a meal under $20. Wow, that's generous and cost saving for everybody.
Those plates look sad.
They do, right?
Like the one like what is it like? Maybe like deep fried fish, the dipping sauce, a crown of broccoli, and 4 shrimp. You can't identify
some of the seafood. That's a big problem. You should have an idea of what it is. But it looks like it just came out of the microwave and they threw a salad next to it to kind of
all the same color
to
too.
Jazz it up a little bit.
Like Red Lobster, sponsored by the color brown and yellow.
And maybe look, you got. I'm assuming that's like fish and chips there on the left. Maybe they went down to the Long John Silver's and
get those 2 hush puppies on the side. Look at that.
I know.
And fries. Oh, hard.
And there's plenty under 20 on the menu. Plus, happy hour $5 drinks and appetizer deals. One thing that
Mondays from 5 to 6, and that's it. When nobody goes out, and usually most restaurants are closed.
Everyone's still working.
You can get your $5 margarita that they stole that concoction from the Chili's next door. The El Presidente margarita with blue curacao to be festive.
And appetizer deals. One thing that won't be changing, these Cheddar Bay biscuits. We got that right the first time.
No, you didn't. They're terrible. Stop saying that they're good. They're not.
Welcome back.
Everyone loves them.
Welcome back. Real talk, real change. Is that real change?
Not
I don't
really.
go there. I went once in my life. I don't frequent this place. You in the audience, if you like Red Lobster, okay, fine. But tell me, what is this real change? Is this enough to entice people who don't frequent this establishment to come and check this out? Because none of that looked appealing. That looked like the same shit Applebee's does.
Here's the funny thing is like
$5 riblet baskets and those kind of things. All you can eat buffalo boneless wings.
not a lot of people were upset when they announced that they were going under. Like there wasn't this public outcry like, oh God, save Red Lobster. No, it was just like, yeah, we see it.
I think more people were upset when they thought, the 5 or 6 times that Hooters was saying that they're closing up, and Hooters sucks too. People like, the Hooters outfits were never attractive in the 80s, maybe because you didn't have, access to the internet and porn and other titillating things. You were like,
you had to find your porn mags in the middle of the woods like every other 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, when you'd see the Hooters calendars, if you knew someone that had it, and you'd look. Right. And they're wearing the orange shorts and the crop top or the cutoff T-shirt, and it looks, kind of okay. And then you see them in the restaurants. One, they're not attractive. Two, they're all wearing those terrible glittery flesh-colored leggings under their shorts. You never get to see a good thigh or any of that stuff. It's all just terrible. And their wings were terrible. They were breaded and fried.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Hooters was." No, it wasn't. They had an airline that lasted a month.
I remember that.
No one gave a shit about Hooters. I don't know who gives a shit about Red Lobster.
I think I've been there once. I'm not a big seafood person. I do like shrimp, but I've only been there about one time. And then I remember I was working a construction job. We were doing framing for like a business right next to a Red Lobster. And when you're doing construction in Arizona, you got to pretty much be out there at 4:30 in the morning. You're doing construction. By the time 8 o'clock came around, Red Lobster was preparing for their opening at 10 or 11. Right. And nothing worse than trying to do construction in the middle of summer, smelling fish cooking. It was the worst. And it just put me off the idea of ever going to Red Lobster. Dude, so I don't care. Like Red Lobster can go away and I don't care.
When I used to work now and then on Frank's fishing boats growing up on Long Island, and he needed extra hands, it's like, hey, we got to go out there and whatever. It was really good money, but for a short amount of hours, but really hard work.
Yeah.
Being doing is that technically a longshoreman, or is that the people that unload the boats?
I don't know.
Just fishermen. You're going around collecting crab traps, eel traps. You were allowed to do gill netting back then before that became illegal.
Yeah.
Going out there working, whatever. You come back to the docks and your boat stinks of seafood. The dock stinks of seafood, but at least you had ocean breezes that would kind of break it up a little bit. If you're smelling cooking seafood all day,
it was the worst. And it just put me off the idea of ever going to a Red Lobster. Like I said, I like shrimp. Like when they doing, shrimp deals or whatever. It's like, okay, that sounds kind of good. I'll get the biscuits. I'll do the shrimp. But after that, I don't want to go near it. Like just the smell of it. Oh, no thanks.
Just because you said that, people who love that stupid song, get the biscuits, and it's that lady singing that looks like
Put the honey on the biscuit.
Some really shitty department store. Yeah,
that
song sucks too. Stop making that a thing. I mean, it's been a thing, but
I also like the other one where it's like the woman going surprise, surprise. It's like, okay, these women are weird.
Yeah. They need more things to do out in the Mideast. Not the Mideast, the Midwest. My bad. Let's move on.
Since things to do in the Middle East instead of dodging rockets, apparently, right now.
They're just dropping crates of rejected food from Red Lobster into Iran.
It's just hush puppies everywhere.
That'd be fun. So we're going to get into AI stuff in just a moment, but I want to show you this news story that came out. It was an investigation the BBC was doing. They somehow managed to get a iPhone smuggled out of North Korea.
That's wild.
Now, you would say, well, what's the big deal other than it's not technically Korean. I forgot what their language is called over in North Korea, but you would think like, oh, it's just, their language, their settings, what have you. Well, the thing is that they get it without the approval of Apple. They have because they're made in China, and Apple, I don't think, can really do anything about it because China makes the phones and then customizes it specifically to the restrictions that are they a royal family? The fat guy with the bowl haircut, is that like a royal family? He's just what do they call him? Is he emperor? What is the official title of that fat putz? I don't know what his name. King John's whatever.
Glorious leader.
Yeah,
they're just in charge.
Glorious leader. Thank you. Yeah, whatever that nonsense is. So they got to customize the phones to their specifications, because to a lot of the people in North Korea, they think that family invented everything. Like, I believe there was a story that his dad, if I remember his name, Kim Jong-il was his dad, claimed to have invented the cheeseburger.
Oh, Hans Bricks.
Right? No, not Shitty Walk.
No, I'm thinking of Team America. It was his father in that. And he was like, Hans Blix was the guy that was supposed to go in and look for nukes. He's like, Hans Briggs.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Maybe I need to go back and enjoy that again here. Yeah, they are basically. All right, so they're a royal family. So China makes these phones specifically for North Korea, imports them over there. Apple really can't do shit about it.
Right.
But everything in North Korea is on full lockdown, and it's by deadly force. If you try to do anything, you just get killed. That's just how it is over there. Somebody smuggled the phone out and got it into the hands of the BBC, and they went through the phone, and it's really interesting, the settings that they have for this. Take a look.
Hold of this phone that was smuggled out of North Korea last year, and it shows some of the surprising lengths the regime is now going to censor information. North Korea blocks information from outside the country, and these phones don't have access to the internet. But South Korean TV shows are being smuggled over the border to try to show North Koreans how rich South Korea is and how much freedom people have here, to try to undermine the regime. Now, Kim Jong-un has banned these shows. And from this phone, you can see that he's now also blocking people from using popular South Korean words. Look what happens when I type in the word oppa. This word literally means older brother in Korean, but people here in South Korea now use it as slang to refer to their boyfriends as well. When I enter it,
so I'm guessing like that's the equivalent of when girls call their boyfriends or whatever daddy.
Possibly, yeah.
So that's kind of how they're using that thing over there. Okay.
It automatically changes to the word comrade. And I get this warning. It says, this word can only be used to describe your siblings. Now look what happens if I type in the word for South Korea, which is Namhan. It automatically changes it to puppet state, which is what the North calls the South. In this folder, we can see that the phone is taking a screenshot every 5 minutes or so. But the user can't open these files, only the authorities can, so they can see when people are looking at or sharing things that they're not supposed to.
That's wild.
Isn't that fucked up? It's insane that they have that. But then that also means this could be happening here, and we don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
So the technology exists. They're showing you... I guess it's known over there. The people know that their government is constantly monitoring everything they do. It's a full police state, if you will. This just shows you that this technology exists. China put it into the phone for North Korea. What's to say that that shit's not in everything else here? I mean, there's always been speculation. People always say, yeah, you know, everything you have is monitored and it's on a hard drive somewhere in the mountains or underground or, you know, what have you. But this thing is showing you it exists. So now we know it's a thing.
I mean, it's no different than when we talk
about
that
something. Reveal, does that mean people are...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, I mean, when we talk about something and then all of a sudden it shows in ads in our phones, that it's all out there. The technology exists. You know, things are listening, things are monitoring people. It's just now you're seeing it in real time without being a hidden feature. They're like, yeah, we're doing it. Stop doing shit. The screenshot thing makes sense for North Korea. I get that that's something that they're going to want to do. What really weirded me out is the fact that you can't even type things without it changing. It's like the worst case autocorrect. You know, It's like, no, I'm not saying duck you. It's, you know, it's they're literally changing the context of sentences to fit their narrative. It's the weirdest thing I've seen.
It's not assuming what you're saying. It's like, did you mean to say this? And you go, no, but that's what the autocorrect does. Right. It's saying you are not allowed to say this. We're correcting you to fix all of this.
Yeah. or, if you keep talking like this, you're in trouble. Like, I don't know. It's weird. And it's also weird that the people in North Korea, knowing that this is happening, I understand wanting to push back against our government. I understand those kinds of things. We have more freedoms to do so, as we've seen with like protests and things like that. Obviously, there's always going to be bad actors here and there, but they're in a regime and in a police state so tight. It's surprising to see that there's still incidents where they have to use this kind of technology to monitor their people or stop them from using these kinds of slang terms and things like that. You would think they'd be so oppressed at this point that there's really no pushing back. And the fact that they're still dissidents, they're still opposing ideals to what the regime in charge is trying to put through, is actually kind of interesting, to where they have to go to these links.
The other side of this is they were saying it's like, oh, these South Korean shows they're trying to get these shows into North Korea to show how rich South Korea is and look at the freedom and all of this stuff. I guess that's sort of like a propaganda thing from the South Korean side, trying to show North Koreans to maybe, rise up, rebel against what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But the South Koreans don't like the North Korean people. It's not like hating the government. They don't like the people. I've watched tons of documentaries like that Vice had or other places had about North Korea, and the people who managed to escape and get out, they get to South Korea, and South Korea shuns them. Like, the people just like, fuck them, like, you're scum, we don't want anything to do with you. They have to go through programs, like government programs, to adjust them to this new life that they're in South Korea. And it's almost like having a scarlet letter around you, where, say, you have been any kind of like an offender. You have to register for sex offender, child stuff. I mean, those are horrible things, but it falls along those lines that these people have to register as being North Korean refugees, and the people in South Korea just like treat them like shit, won't help them, won't do anything.
Yeah.
So they're on their own. They go through these government programs for a little bit, and then they're just, all right, you're released into the country, and best of luck to you. So it's like, why? Like, I don't understand. It's like, why do you keep sending this shit over to North Korea to hopefully get them to leave? And then if they manage to get out, then you're like, oh, fuck you. You were over there to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, we're trying to help the people, but we really don't want them here.
Yeah.
Like, they want to make the country better on the northern side of Korea, but they don't want them to live in the southern side. So, like, let's fix it so you guys can still stay there, but have a better life. We don't want you here. No, God, no. I don't know.
It's terrible. Our pal Dave in the chat there. Only North Korea would have a military parade and crush protests. Oh, wait. Now, Dave. We'll see what the weekend brings.
Happy No King's Day, buddy.
Intersect saying, also try to swear in Nintendo games. The tech is also nothing new. Plus, Nintendo also had some algorithm to detect penis drawings.
It's true. Well, and phones are doing the same thing. I am on my iPhone.
Are penis drawings on their phone?
There's so many penis drawings on my phone.
Well, Sea of Thieves is never coming to the Switch then, because all people do on the map is make penis drawings.
Penises? Yeah, I've seen it. No, they have like the ability you can go in on your phone when you have a picture and you take a picture, or you have a picture of something and you want to edit it. Like, you can do it, like you can circle something and it gets rid of it. It's all AI. It's like Photoshop, but like lame. If you do something that has any nudity or any stuff, you can't go in and change anything. It just does the blurring effect. So it lets you censor it on your iPhone.
On your iPhone?
Yeah. So you can do that with the iPhone, but it's with pictures that are like iffy, like, say, you take a dick pic and you want to like, oh, I want to edit this out. It won't let you do it. It just does the blur.
So like, how on Twitter, you're not censored on that stuff. So like a lot of the OnlyFans people have their photos on there, which, by the way, this is another thing OnlyFans people do. You'll be reading, something else will show up into your timeline. You see a story about something. Then below it is some OnlyFans person posting a photo of them trying to tie them into what was posted below. And like, all right, this is a stretch, but I get what they're doing. God bless them for figuring all this stuff out. So if something like that comes up, then the phone would automatically blur that photo for you?
No, well, I mean, they have parental features where it does blur any kind of self-fit. Like if, I've got a teenage daughter, like I have functionality built into her phone that I monitor that doesn't allow her to take certain pictures. She can't send anything. It gives me alerts, does like that. But when you have a picture of yourself, say like I said, a woman takes a picture of herself topless and then uses the AI fix feature to go in and say like, oh, I want to edit out, like say I have a mole right here and go do that. It doesn't allow you to actually edit those kinds of photos. It just does these weird blur features where it's like you can censor your photos, but it doesn't allow you to like edit anything of yourself. It's weird. All right.
So
it
like
detects
you said,
that you're doing.
Girl has a topless photo. They go to, all those apps now
clean
have
up something
where you can do blemishes and stuff, that kind of shit. So if you're in there trying to do that stuff,
won't let you do it.
It recognizes nudity and then just blurs out the parts.
It just blurs out what you're trying to edit out. Like it won't.
So that's not iPhone. That's the actual software of the app.
It's the
or
iOS,
is it the iPhone software.
It's the iPhone software.
Oh,
it's through their photo app. Yeah.
And that's
I mean, Google has the same kind of stuff.
It's already there.
It should be there now. Because I'm messing with iOS 26, and this has been in there since the last updates.
History on this show is that I wait till the very last minute or until my phone shuts down and forces me to.
He's
update.
on iOS 5.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what I have. It's been asking me to update.
Should be like 18 point whatever.
It's asking me to update to iOS 18.5.
Yep.
So let me see what I have here. I have iOS 18.3. Okay, I'm not that far off, but still, I never do automatic updates. I let it go for a while because I see all the people screaming, complaining. You filter out the people. They moved my app over to this side of the phone, not that side of like like it's the end of the world. You filter through all that shit, and then you get down to the real people and say, "Hey, I don't like this layout for my mail thing anymore. It's not easy. I can't get to my Prime email. It opens all this stuff." Like those are the things I'm looking for, and I go, I'll wait a bit till they fix that before I do the update. And then I forget about that. And then the phone goes, "Hey, asshole, we're up to our 5th update since the last time you did it. Your phone's going to brick if you don't do this."
Yeah, at some point they force you to do it.
Yeah, 2 a.m. when I'm watching something on here, and all of a sudden I see my phone start making different colors, like it's about to explode, and then it's letting me know, "Oh, this is going to take a while. You have to plug it in to do the update." And I was like, "All right, whatever." Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that it now censors certain things.
You can.
Can you turn it off?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's all built in.
That's going to affect a lot of people who do that stuff for a living.
Yeah, you'd have to go through like a different app. Like this is through their photo app. So like they are controlling their photo app. Now, if you had Photoshop on your phone or things like that,
it's not their main software.
No. They're not censoring anything else. Like that's their built-in photo app. So yeah, it was weird.
Another thing I'll tell you, people, whether you're doing the OnlyFans stuff or you're doing anything else, spend a couple bucks, take the cap cut and the in-shot watermarks off your videos and all that stuff. I see videos of
I've seen
stuff coming out of LA right now. You're seeing, shit in the streets, be it the protests, a fire, something that's going on. And when you see the in-shot or the cap cut thing over there, it's like, come on, the apps are not that expensive. Just if you're going to put this stuff out there, you don't need the fucking watermark of the. It's not like they put their social media handle, which is annoying, but I kind of get.
Mm-hmm.
The software you're using, everybody knows that you're poor and using the free version. Come on, just step it up a little bit. We want to see those fires in pristine 4K.
Yeah. I don't need that watermark.
All right. Well, let's move on. Unless you had something.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Since we're talking about the news, we should talk about the future of the news involving AI.
Oh, man.
Now, we've had experience in the last year or so, at least in our industry, with the AI, as that station out, I believe, is out in Portland.
I think so.
Portland, Oregon, that brought in a AI program to be the DJ for a midday slot, and it was voiced by a real life DJ in a different market. They built everything around her. I believe it was called AI Ashley. And they were showing how the AI software can take calls. It can pre-record calls while music and commercials are playing. It does all this stuff a DJ is supposed to do. And then it will reveal, it will give you news feeds and stuff. It'll tell you like news alerts, everything as it's being fed into them by somebody else on a computer, or a news service feeds it in. Then they go and they do their news reports, broadcasts, what have you. It didn't do well. People didn't really notice nor care because the ratings had no effect on this thing. So it was considered a failure, and they took the AI software off that station, but it's still around. They're still trying to shop it. They're redoing what they can with it and trying to make this the new way for doing radio outside of firing everybody. Well, now it's getting to the point. The one video we didn't watch, we're not going to watch today because it's long. We'll watch it next week. I have this video from a company called Channel One that put out a completely AI generated video about their AI software that they're going to offer to news outlets to create everything. And the stuff that they're looking to do, one thing I'll say is they say, we can customize and tailor the news to you. Now, okay, that's fine if you're supposed to be your social media feeds for following certain outlets that you enjoy. I know on Twitter you can search by trending topics, but you can also search by certain subjects, right? So you can have those settings to come up. So if you want to, if you're keeping tab on the LA riots happening right now and you put that into your thing, it's going to make sure every time there's a news update about the riots, it's going to be right there for you.
Right.
But you have to preference that. This is going to generate the news custom to what you like. I don't like that because that means it could be making it up.
Well, and the other thing is it puts everybody in these little bubbles where they only hear what they want to hear, and then it becomes an issue. Just like any social media right now where you can customize your feed to only see what you want to see. I think it creates stupidity. Like you should be hearing both sides, whether or not. Yeah,
that could be a show title.
Right.
Go ahead.
You should be able to hear both sides of things. Whether or not you agree with both sides is that's up to you to filter that within yourself. But like when you've catered your social media to be one thing, you get these, these whiny little weirdos that only like the one thing, and it becomes an issue.
Yeah, I understand you seek out the news that fits to the side that you. I hate sides too, not with food, but with life. When you got to pick a side, I hate all of that.
Food, yeah.
But yeah, there's people that is like, I only read or get my news from liberal sourced or liberal presenting outlets. I only get stuff from conservative presenting stuff. I only get stuff from AP and routers, or like everyone has their specifics of what they're looking for, right?
Right.
And I try to read everything especially because of what we do, we should know everything going on and try to get the sides of all that stuff. But when you get so much, it's like, I can't even read it. I won't read conservative news. I won't watch conservative news thing here because they did this or that. All right, you don't have to watch it all the time. Like, no one's telling you to watch it like the 24-hour news channels all the time. You don't have to have it on while everything's going on, but you should pop in once in a while. I pop into MSNBC, and half the shit that they're talking about, I'm like, all right, whatever. But at least I'm aware of what's going on over there. And then I look at what CNN's doing. I'll read stuff online, what's coming through Reuters, through AP, what's coming through what's his name? Sanktangarian, whatever his name is from
the Young Turks. Yeah.
I love his takes on things now because his fan base is turning on him, and the other side that didn't like him to begin with is still not accepting him.
Yeah, because he's not far right, but he's also not far left. Like he sees the problems with both sides.
Here's what I enjoy
about it.
He's fighting his way through it all. That I'm enjoying because he's still going to be punching upward while going through all of this stuff, and that I'm enjoying following. I didn't really give a shit when he was just whining and complaining about a lot of his other shit too. Like he was very staunch on certain things, and he still is to an extent. But I'm seeing him punching through all the opposition and all the objections to all the shit he's talking about. That I'm enjoying the journey, if you will, of that. But people go and they find their things that it becomes comfort food to them, and they only want to hear what they want to hear, and they want to accept, the thing that what they agree with 100%. An example of that that stupid hive mind thing. The shit we were talking about this before the show, that trend that's going on right now on TikTok, and whatever happens on TikTok, eventually those videos bleed over to Instagram and then Facebook and what have you. But it's all these dumb people sitting in their car, standing in their house, and they're just sitting there like this. They're just doing this distraught look, or they're looking around the room. They're drinking their coffee and whatever. And it's something about, the stuff going on in LA with the riots and ICE and all of that. And they're like, you voted for this, or is this our America? And it's that clip of a kid crying and screaming. And they're all saying that it's this is the sound of something that ICE agents were ripping parents away from this kid, and this is the kid all distraught and whatever. And they're all sitting there with this whole distraught look, and they're these text comments on the screen about how terrible ICE is and all this stuff's going on. Only to find that you can find audio. You can do a reverse search like you can do videos and photos and things like that. It was audio from from some movie in Peru from like over a decade ago. Somebody got this clip, started this whole trend, and now I'm seeing all the other videos coming out. I'm like, this is from a movie, and they're playing the movie clip. You see where it's coming from, and the audio matches the movie, and the other people turn their comments off because they don't want to see all this shit. They want to put their video out there and pretend that that's what was happening. Look, there's other shit happening that we can all talk about, whether it's right or wrong or whatever. Don't pull that shit. Don't start making stuff up on either side. And then you turn the comments off and like, we don't care. This is going to be the narrative we're pushing. That I fucking hate too. And I was watching this whole thing and I go, I need to get off for a while because everyone is dumb again. Not that they weren't before, but they're being dumb again. This can then evolve into where AI comes in and everything fucking changes, and you don't even have the ability to fact check, research these things anymore because it's all AI stuff. Now, the thing, there was an update that Google had not too long ago. What is it called? What?
The VO3.
VO3.
VEO, and then the number.
So this is their Unreal Engine. This is the thing everybody's making all their AI video stuff on, right?
Yeah, you can like subscribe to like their, I think it's Gemini AI platform, and then you can use their video generating software, which is VO3. It's all part of that. So
okay, so everybody's jumped on board with this stuff. I remember like the first couple days, people were posting like, hey, the new AI is insane. Some people were posting clips that were real and not checking to see that these were generated from VO3. So they would have like, on Twitter, they'll put the thread emoji and they'll say number one, and then you got to go through there and they'll show you like 10 different things. And like out of the 10, like 6 of them were VO3 generated AI stuff. And the other one, like, this is from a show back in 19 whatever. This is from a movie clip from this indie film that nobody knows. Like they're just pulling random shit and saying this is AI. If you're having
good bit,
yeah, it's a funny bit, but it's also it's like sometimes you can't fact check this shit anymore. So it's like, what is real and what's not? Now I'm going to show you some examples. You can tell this is AI, but keep in mind how good this is now. So fast. Give it a year.
Yeah, not even a year. I'm talking by the end of the year, it's going to look better than this.
Okay. I'm going to show you some news stuff here. Look how ridiculous this is.
Look, Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding. I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding. I'm not real.
Okay, we're going to keep going. But for the radio audience, the first reporter, she's standing waist high and looks like floodwaters in a neighborhood, probably a coastal town. And as she's saying it, a whale's fin comes up behind her. You start thinking it's a shark, but then it goes up higher because it's a whale's fin. And then you hear the whale song as the whale's swimming past there down the street. The second one, She's doing a report from the beach, turns around, and a spaceship is coming out of the ocean, which I would love to see this happen in real life one day. If you're doing a live report about something and just a ship comes up like War of the Worlds.
It's like
or
15
Godzilla's
dead
head.
today on the beach, and then, just comes out of the water.
Or Godzilla's head. Either one is acceptable. I would love to see that happen. But again, AI here. We continue.
This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified... Just kidding. I'm not real.
All right. She's on the beach. Again, ocean behind her. And I'm assuming
Erik and Jordan got attacked by the Kraken in the background.
Yeah, I was going to say Kraken, Cthulhu, something like that is coming out of the ocean there. Giant tentacles. Again, I would love to watch this live as it was happening. Or if I missed it, to see the clip on YouTube.
My luck, I'll be doing one of these videos to like put it to... Oh, well, hello. Never mind.
Right. Nothing
that I was going to say is important, Erik. Go to the next video.
All right, the next one... This is AI generated.
Boa noite, uma notícia urgente abala.
Okay. I don't know if this is a real language or if it's just AI gibberish, like how the Sims
like Simlish.
Speak. Right. Yeah. Whatever that Sims mumbling stuff that they do. It's meant to look like, I'm guessing, usually the Spanish anchors in Spanish
Brazilian
South America, they're kind of provocative. They're always attractive. Like, how many times a year do you see clips of some really smoking hot weather woman? And you're like, oh, this girl's from Venezuela, it's from Chile, Argentina. It's always somewhere down there. This lady is wearing some kind of red...
It's like a blazer
thing, but no shirt, no bra, boobs busting out as she's trying to do a news report here, and then she's going to walk around.
Boa noite, uma notícia urgente abala o cenário político internacional. O presidente da Rússia foi flagrado em uma situação comprometedora.
Okay, maybe I would like customized news if you get to pick stuff like this. Do you remember it's got to be like the beginning of the 2010s when that thing started coming around? It replaced Girls Gone Wild. It was called Naked News.
Naked News. It was like out of Russia.
Was it Russia or Canada?
I don't know. It was somewhere. They're definitely very foreign.
Right.
I remember that. But they would start clothed. Like they would sit there, it would start like a big thing, and then they would just like take off their jacket.
And then it was just slowly stripping off the clothes. And by the time she's talking about, famine,
15 are dead, and there's like
or
topless.
something like that. She's naked standing there. It's not even like where it's the tight shot of her with the graphic in the corner. It's fully pulled out. She's just standing there naked in the studio.
Talking about the latest Indian disaster.
Now, if you could combine this with Naked News, you got something there. But you could see how this is pretty I mean, you look at her face, you can still tell it's almost video game like.
The eyes seem weird. Like there's almost like this weird like shape to them. But I mean, it's not far off than what we've seen. We're just going to stare at this.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. We're just staring at the big boobs on this lady here. Frankie Bronson saying, back when access to porn was still, what is that? Nascent? I don't know that word. I will educate myself. Soft porn on TV was still a thriving business. I don't know if on TV it was a thriving business, but I do know it does dupe you when you used to go to like mom and pop video rental stores. And you're like, oh my God, this looks like real porn. And then it's like the shittiest soft porn that they're trying to recreate, like Lord of the Rings or some kind of pirate thing. And you're just like, oh, this was fucking terrible. No wonder it was in the front section that I could rent this. This is god awful. Jared in the chat saying Naked News is idiocracy level stuff. I don't know if it was back then. It would be now. But back then, something had to fill the gap after the guy from Girls Gone Wild went. What was he? He was arrested on federal charges, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. So you could see this here. Do we need to go to other? Yeah, we should go to. We got to get her off the screen there. We're not going to get anything done. I do want to show you some other news things. But. Do we want to do more AI news? Yeah, we'll do this one here.
Just stick with the news. Yeah, the news ones are fun.
Okay, and then we'll show you the other ways AI video software is being used. This is more news.
Everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Dan Lee.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the same.
That was unnecessary. We're just now getting in reports that all the children have exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee,
hold on.
you?
Hold on. That headline is fantastic. All children have exploded.
That's our show title.
That just saved.
You know what? I don't know if we could do that considering we're talking about Israel and Iran. Rockets. But it is
during
funny.
peacetime. I think we could get away with it.
Exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
That's none of your business. Do you hear that? Cut the music. Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
That's the sound of us slowly dying. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. It's louder in my left ear.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting
I
from
actually
where
have some
I
more
am.
questions for you. Okay, we're going to go to Kevin Lee Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nick Lee Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
That looks bad.
Yeah, it's probably bad.
Let's go to our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy.
Man, I am so high up right now.
You are in a helicopter.
I didn't know that when I got in. I thought it was a weird car.
What do you see up there?
Everything. It's too much. We were never supposed to see this. I need to go back down.
You stay right there. We're going to go to commercial. Have you recently launched...
The what?
He's like, we were never meant to do this.
Man would never.
Man, we were never meant to fly.
What was that quote? It's like, if man went above 80 miles per hour, we would surely perish.
Oh, so stupid.
All right, this is fantastic.
Lost a child because they exploded? Because that's crazy. How are we all not talking about this? I feel like that really got glossed over real quick. That's a huge thing. Call Deadly. 555 call Deadly. I want to talk about this. Call Deadly now.
And we're back. Let's check in with Morgan Lee Freeman with sports. Morgan Lee.
I just want to take this sports time to say that whatever you hear about me in the next 24 hours is completely false. People are going to say things and have documents and recordings to back up what they say, and it's just not real. You should believe me and not their solid evidence. Knicks, take it by 2.
This is when champion...
He still gets the sports in, like right the last second.
Are born. We're going now to Frankly Sinatra with the weather. Frankly,
it's everywhere.
We won't be hearing from him anymore.
That reminded me of Ollie. From
It could rain.
What's the weather?
Now going to Ollie with sports.
Coming up, a cat learns how to water ski and then drowns.
Fantastic, right? That's what AI should be doing.
Yeah, that's the fun. That's what you're supposed to do with it.
I have good news. I have another one for you.
How did this happen?
We're living in a nightmare, Danley.
Well, what are people saying?
One man was saying, help, 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 I'm burning. You there with the microphone, help me. I'm in the car burning, help.
Fascinating. Keep us posted, Brian Lee.
I'm going to go to lunch.
If you're just joining us, nothing matters anymore. We sent Megan Lee Fox to investigate. Megan Lee. You're live, Megan Lee.
What?
Never mind. We're going to go now to a parentless bird. This bird has no parents that we've seen. Its life is in shambles.
Bird.
When asked, the bird had this to say. Speaking of birds, let's...
Oh, it's good.
This is great.
Check in with our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy, how's the traffic looking?
There's zero traffic up here, Danley.
That must be nice. I'd love to get my Dodge Camry up there.
The heavens are empty.
The war in everywhere.
The heavens are empty. Oh,
that's a good show title too.
They just keep giving us new ones.
Continues to rage on. We go now to our war correspondent, Pedro Lee Pascal. Pedro Lee, what can you tell us?
The Applebee's is closed.
Like,
it's not open. You can't get in no matter how hard you scream.
Where are people getting their food from? Seems like they're dealing with a quick life and...
Did you miss that?
I saw it.
You saw it? Okay.
Explosion. Let's take this moment to go to a commercial break.
Are you old?
I'm old and ashamed.
You should be, and for $1,500 a day, you can be the parent to this bird. You'll receive this commemorative Iran-Contra affair tote bag. Call 555 Bird Daddy, because birds need $1,500 a day, too.
And we're back with breaking news, a huge discovery just off the Gulf of Water. Let's send it to Dimily Moore. Dimily.
Stanley, you are not going to believe this.
I do like how the names do sound AI generated.
Right.
Like they're trying to make it seem real and they're just off.
I don't. The cost of life has doubled in...
She said.
Stanley, you are not going to believe this.
I don't. The cost of life has doubled in the last 7 seconds. To make sense of this, let's bring in our financial advisor, Jaylee Z. Jaylee, what do you tell a single mom of 9 in Idaho who's just trying to pay her bird bill?
Does she smoke?
I don't think so.
Yes, too bad.
Rolling right into sports, here's Morgan Lee Freeman.
Stanley, I feel I need to take this sports moment to address the truths that people are accusing me of. Think about it. If I did what they say I did, then how come I'm denying it? This is a total witch hunt, and I am the witch, minding my own business, doing my witch things, and I will no longer hide that part of my life. No, sir.
God, I love sports. Coming up, we recently took a trip to the George Lee Washington Museum of Fun, where we were held at gunpoint for 72 hours.
There you go.
See, that's the fun of AI. Unfortunately, a lot of it's coming just like some of it's very believable.
Yeah.
The way we're going.
Well, a lot of it is still fun, but just not believable. Let's go and take a look at this clip from protesting footage out in Los Angeles.
Illegal in the solar system, I'm illegal in your system. He came from Krypton, I came from Michoacan. Guess which one scares you more, babosos?
Just gonna throw that chancla at somebody.
Well, it's not wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I mean, if Superman swooped down there and took out all the illegal immigrants, everybody'd be cheering, I guess.
He's illegal in your solar system. I'm illegal in your system. I'm like, oh, that's so stupid.
I'm really thinking if that the big boob newscaster should be the thumbnail for this week's show.
I mean, why not?
You want to see some more fun with AI?
I love these. Some of these are really good.
Let's go back we were talking about earlier about Indigenous People Day.
Right.
So this could be a thing.
Longbow short dick, and this is my first vlog, and let me show you around the camp. Come on. So here is our camp, and we like to do recreational activities at Sup. Short dick. Well,
what?
That was fucking weird. He was a toilet baby. Let's go find Spread Eagle, see what she's doing. So this is Spread Eagle from the Imaho tribe. Did you catch trout? It smells like it.
No, that's just my pussy.
Oh.
Jesus. For 5 pelts more, she'll show you her.
So that was a look at Native American culture.
So I saw something similar where they're doing like Bigfoot, and one of them was like, I'm about to head off to Phoenix. I heard it's hot as shit out there, and it's like Bigfoot doing this, and he's walking through like LAX, and it's just so weird. I want to try to get them all before I bring them here, but it was like, these are weird.
Right. Well, let's go back to offend more people and go back through the days of the biblical age.
They don't know that God is about to BRB.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
That's good, fam. Your boy David here, about to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens.
Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process. But no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
Yo, it's...
The Moses one's my favorite.
It's just walking through, like those waves are up like, what, 20, 30 feet? And he's just walking through the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Shadrach, this random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match. Day 2 in the...
That was Noah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Noah walking through his ark.
Got the boots that's black to match. Day 2 in the tomb. No.
All right, this is Jesus.
Wi-Fi. No snacks. Just kind of waiting for God to respawn me.
You know I'm a dad.
Respawn.
Daddy's boy, he's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
I'm supposed to say that God got me pregnant? Yeah, there's no way my parents are buying this story.
That's Mary.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors,
Jonas,
and this whale. Sorry, dude, I just took a poop over there.
Okay, so that's Jonas and the whale.
Oh, like these are creepy good,
right? All right, now I think we're joining Moses here.
Guys, me and Aaron just got inside the palace. We're about to ask Pharaoh to let our people go. No idea how this is going to go, but wish us luck. Okay, we just left the meeting. We asked, he laughed, said no one's going anywhere. Anyway, the fight goes on.
Pharaoh, if you're watching this is your last chance. Let the people go, or it's going to rain, hail, frogs, whatever.
Hashtag let my people go.
He let us go, then changed his mind. Now he's sending soldiers. We're literally running to the sea right now. We just got here, sea in front, army behind, no way out. Everyone's freaking out. Let's see what God tells us to do. Guys, the sea literally opened up. I'll explain later. We're walking through now. Jeez. And no, this path isn't on Google Maps.
Didn't film the parting, was busy holding the staff. But yeah, it worked. The sea split. I'm exhausted.
All right, guys, we made it.
Australian.
Seal's behind us, Pharaoh's not. Don't forget to like, comment, and maybe bring sandals next time we walk.
So apparently everybody in the biblical times was an influencer.
Oh yeah, well they've been doing a couple of these. Like they did one with like George Washington was like, "Let's go see what's up in the camp, fam," and it's just George Washington doing the stick thing, and it's just like, oh, that was weird.
Giddles is saying, churches are going to use this shit for real. Yeah, they're all going to do. Synagogues, mosques, all of them are going to be using this stuff. Try to connect. How do I reach these kids?
Yeah, no thanks.
All right. Well, I have a surprise for you.
Ooh.
Because I figured I'm like, well, I got to do some stuff for Jordan now and then. I like surprising you with stuff.
True.
Here's some AI that might be in your wheelhouse.
Welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm giving y'all a tour of the Death Star,
Nice.
galactic superweapon and workplace of dreams. Let's go. Here's the mess hall, home of flavorless protein cubes and recycled Jawa juice. Honestly, 3 out of 10, but you eat fast or get trampled. Welcome to the hangar bay, basically the Empire's garage, but cooler. We got ties, shuttles, and at least one guy back there who just crashed into a fuel tank. Classic Barry. This is the trash compactor.
Stupid Barry.
Don't go in there. Not since the incident. Just don't ask. Ever. This bad boy? Planet killer. One zap and poof, gone. We call it Big Green. Technically, I'm not allowed in here, but elite marksmanship training. We almost hit something last week. That's improvement. That's Lord Vader. Do not speak, breathe, or blink around him. Jerry did. Jerry's gone now. So I don't know.
That's funny.
What's happening? A drill? A real attack? Or is it pizza day? Honestly, I just go where the shouting is loudest. Sorry guys, sadly gonna have to end the vlog. We're getting shipped to Tatooine to hunt some important droids. One's short and beepy, the other won't shut up. Oh well, it's part of the job. Hey yo, Steve here. We just got our 66th order and we're about to help all these Jedi transform into Force ghosts, if you know what I mean.
For Padme.
Look at us go.
Sue!
Mr. Sky whatever just went in there and was like, wait here. And honestly, the vibes are OFF, chat say. Like, why are there tiny chairs everywhere? So,
like a Deadpool line.
Oh, so good.
For those who don't know, he was, that was the scene where Anakin
just murdered all
the Jedi children. Yeah.
They're OFF, chat say. Like, why are there tiny chairs everywhere?
So, found the boss and he's looking a little medium rare.
Greg. Bro, that's not... Okay, first of all, that's definitely not medical protocol. Okay, chat, found this sick gaming headset in the boss's room, and honestly, the noise cancellation is next level. Like, literally can't hear myself think. So update chat, gave Greg the gaming headset for his birthday, and pretty sure he can't see anything because he just saluted a trash compactor.
Did you see the one before that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm enjoying that part of the AI. Frankie Bronson in the chat saying, read that Universal, Disney, and Paramount were suing. I think these are the reasons why.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in segment 2. But yep.
Big Red Tower in the chat saying, I'd watch Stormtrooper AI vlogs all day.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster? What?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so AI is running wild, going crazy.
And it's just it's getting better and better in a bad way.
Well, like I said, next week we'll watch the thing about the legit news presentation of how this company is trying to change broadcast news. What I guess they think for the better using AI. But I think for the other AI, where it's going to come down to, just like anything else, it's going to be the writing. You could create anything you want. That's fine, but it'll look fantastic. But if you don't have the dialogue and the writing there, who's going to give a shit about it? Those were funny. The influencer in biblical times, the vlog for Star Wars, those were well written, very funny. That is where that should be going. Not here's AI generated, big boob whatever, trying to tell you about the missiles that just landed in Iran from Israel. I mean, I'm gonna watch the whole report to see what happens with the AI big boob news reporter, not because of the tragedy that's happening in the Middle East. But there we go. We got to get to segment 2. I'm trying to see if there's some videos I wanted to show you before we moved on.
Did you pull any of that Pee-wee stuff? Or do we want to say that?
That's going to be in segment. I'll do that in segment 2. All right. Let me show you this. I'm going to show you 2 more things and then we'll move on. Okay. One, we tried to get this working last week. For some reason, the video encoding crapped out, but I got it fixed here. So Gibson Guitars, in association with Bob Gale and the entire cast, I think minus Biff.
Tom Wilson,
is all involved in this. They're doing a kind of global hunt to try to find the guitar that Marty played at the Enchanted Under the Sea dance. They can't find it anywhere. They don't know where it is. So they're making it a thing. And they're asking for everybody's help to try to track this down because they said it walked. As soon as they were done filming, the guitar walked. They don't know where it is. So they put this together. Let's take a look.
Hi, Michael J. Fox. You may know me as Marty McFly.
Leah Thompson here. I played Lorraine McFly in Back to the Future.
There's something very important that all of us are involved with.
We need your help.
We are on the lookout for a missing guitar.
We're trying to find the guitar I played in Back to the Future.
No one's seen that guitar since 1985, and we need to find it.
Somehow, it's vanished.
Erased from existence.
It's somewhere lost in the space-time continuum, or it's in some Teamster's garage.
This guitar has been lost to the future.
We're kind of hoping you can help us find it.
Ask your friends, ask your relatives, ask your bandmates.
If you know where it is, if you know who has it, call us, text us.
You can go to losttothefuture.com or call this 800 number below. We need your help.
We'll make a hero out of you.
Hold on. 855 number, not 800 number.
We'll all be so grateful.
We need that guitar.
Michael? I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Huey!
Is that you?
Oh, my brother.
Aw.
This is an important piece of cinema history, cinema memorabilia.
Help us find it.
LostToTheFuture.com and give us your
Everybody's
hints,
in this.
your ideas.
Tom Wilson.
Maybe your site.
Mayor Goldie Wilson's there.
There might be
The sound of it.
paradox.
40!
So you go to losttothefuture.com. They have a phone number you can call. They can they give you updates as their information's coming in. They're trying to track down this guitar.
Cherry red Gibson ES 345.
Right.
That's crazy. They have a countdown on here. I wonder what the countdown's all about.
I don't know.
Like
maybe they have the
after
guitar.
4 months.
Yeah, maybe they have the guitar and this whole thing is a hoax. I don't know, but it was still kind of cool to see all of them together for them to do all of this stuff.
Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Mayor. So go.
I like the sound of that.
LostToTheFuture.com. Gibson and everybody from Back to the Future is all involved. It's always nice to get new content as long as they don't remake the movie.
Bob Gale and Zemeckis have come out and said there's no chance in hell we'll ever give up the rights to actually do a sequel, to make it like this is it. This is it.
Giddles is in the chat there. He can attest to this. We had Bob Gale on the show like a decade ago. And we talked to him about because it was in promotion when they put out the Pepsi Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And we had him on the show. We were talking about a bunch of things, and we asked him, it's like, well, how are you going to prevent all this stuff? And he goes, he has, I guess, creative control over the Back to the Future property, and he will never allow this to ever happen, at least while he's alive. So let's just hope he lives a long life and that they don't ruin Back to the Future.
I just feel like that's a franchise that you don't need more than what you got. Like, it was great. Like, they've made little video games. Telltale, I think, did a video game. I know they did the cartoon for the longest time, and focused on
I don't mind that
Doc and the kids, but like, you don't need more movies. You don't need to remake the movies. I think it's one of those you just don't do it. Just leave it as is. It's good.
Have some integrity with it.
Yeah,
but
it's a classic for a reason.
Old Restless in the chat here is saying Bob Gale dies, they will remake it. His family will sell it to Universal. That is probably true. But, for the time being, at least we can prevent the bastardization of it where they just like, hey, let's just remake something because they're going to remake something. We've got a new version of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I saw that
coming out, and that's not a movie anyone would give a shit that you remade or not, even though that movie is from the late 90s, right?
Yeah, like I think like our high school time. So yeah, late 90s.
So 25 years or something like that. I get it. That's enough time to redo something, but again, remake shit that didn't succeed the first time. Try it again. Not take successful stuff and
I've always said that, like, look, to take these properties from like the 80s or even of the 90s where it was a cool concept, like they did it with Tron. Tron was a commercial failure for Disney in the 80s. It was a cool concept.
The new one might be a commercial failure.
Yeah, we'll go that.
We'll get into that.
But, when they did the newest version, they had the technology to make it look cool and do what they wanted to do. There's a movie that I've always loved from the 80s that I feel like could have been better had we had the technology to make it look cooler. And that was The Last Starfighter. Great concept. One of the coolest movies I've ever, I loved growing up. You could do that movie, remake that movie with the more updated computer generation, and you do stuff. And that could be something that you could bring back. Maybe people didn't know about it. Right. And it could do better in today's climate. Don't remake things that were already good.
I'll give you two more. That I, since you mentioned that, just popped into mind. One, Howard the Duck. I mean, people look back fondly of it. It was a shitty story, shitty movie. Yeah. Could be redone, be a lot better. Number two, Stephen King's Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
When he was in the VR world and all that stuff. And I mean, it was good for the time, but it was so terrible. It looked like what now when you get those bootleg movies and you see the CGI renderings before the effects are added to it. That was top notch back in the 90s for that. Something like that. Remake those kind of movies.
Right.
So dumb.
A lot of vision, not a good enough execution. I think Back to the Future had good vision and good execution, and that's why it shouldn't be touched.
Oh, Restless saying, yeah, sequel would be smart for Last Starfighter. He's not even talking sequel. He's talking just like a full reboot.
You can do a full remake and people wouldn't know any better. Like, we'd get us who loved it. I mean, I think I've bought it on every possible, like I used to have VHS, bought it on the DVD. I bought it Blu-ray, and I just bought an updated 4K version. Like, I'll just continue to buy that movie.
Right. Big Red Tower in the chat saying The Last Starfighter ruled, and I agree it could be remade. Yeah, there's movies that you might have loved back in the day, and they could be redone with better technology, better storylines, whatever. You know what I would like to see now, even though it was fine, but it was a 90s movie, The Cube.
Oh,
I know they made
Cube.
Two more, and they were like, eh.
They made like Hypercube, like,
and then that third one was about the people that were in the control room monitoring it, which was hack shit. Like, that was really terrible. But The Cube, the original movie, still to this day, if you go to watch it, terrifying but fascinating. The concept of it. You could redo something like that. Some of these indie movies, if the studios got them now and redid everything, yeah, Cube 0.
Yeah.
Garbage. That's what you can do. All right. Last thing before we move on to segment 2. Now, every now and then we like to find foreign talent. We like to find people from other cultures, other walks of life that surprise us with how good their talents can be. You know, like we can talk about this guy here doing "We Will Rock You," the Mexican guy. Like that, right?
Of course.
Or our favorite, Lee Ravely. You remember her?
Lovely.
Wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary, come to me. Speaking word of wisdom. Ready be.
That.
Let it be.
Right.
How many times I'll hum to myself and I'll start doing "Let It Be" just randomly during my workday.
Because why not? Why wouldn't you do it? That guy, you're leading me up to the other sound clip, and I can't find that. Damn it! Where's the guy with the barber shit?
I love that dude.
Yeah.
Or not even foreign, but they Easy Band doing the the Tano versions.
Did you see they got some big press from Blink 182?
Blink 182 is great.
Yeah. So they put the song out there. Tom DeLonge reposted it and was sending it out to people.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I can't find the Mexican clip. I don't know what happened to it. I apologize. It was there.
Yeah, you're gonna get all the bitches.
All the bitches, homie. Damn it! Now I want to know where it is. I
Find
love
it between
that.
segments. We'll come back with it.
No, I don't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is.
Homie, you're gonna be getting all the bitches.
Love that one.
It's one of my favorites.
Well, I want to introduce you to a new person. I don't know how to pronounce this, but they call her Auntie, right?
Chaoshan
Auntie. She's an older lady that sings pop hits in China.
Mortian.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this. I put this montage together. It starts off gangbusters, but I think the last song in the package is the best one she's done, at least to the ones that I could find. Let's take a look.
Poison but taste if people say long walk away cause we bug a psycho little big psycho and night squealing me on my mind side like a diamond side like a diamond
Sign.
Like some of it's good and then she does one word off.
The people see I choose to be happy even die we like diamonds in the sky. You so pins that I see, but in all best to see. When you hold me, I'm in lie. We like diamonds in the sky. Maya, 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 Maya,
I wanted to see her do the fat kid dance.
Right.
Salute,
It's not even in English anymore.
She's Romanian, right?
Maybe.
And she's not even doing music. She's rolling along a riverside and putting her hand up like
sâu hiên oai hút ta Hãy lui mai No we can read the mind Poker face She's got me like nobody Poker face Poker face Hãy thâu hiên tổng chiêu bữa khăn mưa lâu hi
Oh, it's my favorite.
Don't wanna see your face You better disappear Nữ phái ư chính tại ai Danh tại hoa ra lùi đi khởi lý So be like
Just be lit.
You better luang You better do what you can Don't wanna see no blood Don't be a macho man You wanna be tough Better do what you can So be like
Best version.
But you wanna be bad Just be like Be like No one want to be defeated Showing how funky song is your fighter It doesn't matter who's long or wide Just be like Just be like Just be like Just be like
Just be lit.
Yeah, I love how she just stands there and she's just kind of
she's like she's guiding something.
Yeah, she's waving you over here. We're walking. We go over here, or it's like Kelly Bundy from Married with Children.
Right.
The new Elante. Here's their showcase showdown number 2. You're going to Acapulco. Wow.
Just be lit.
Big Red Tower saying, I love how she put a hard ass attitude for beat it. No, it's be lit.
Be lit.
Just be lit. Frankie Bronson, the internet remains undefeated. Yeah.
It's so funny because this weekend, and I've told you this, I'm doing a birthday party for my kid, but it's karaoke.
You gotta do this.
I think I'm going to do her versions of something. If I end up doing it, I'm gonna record it.
You gotta do it.
Like, should I do Be Lit or should I do like Lady Gaga? Because I can do both.
She does a good version of Poker Face,
right?
But you got to do the Cartman version of Poker
right because
Face.
that's the version I have on Rock Band. So when I do Rock Band, I always do that version.
They have the South Park version on Rock Band.
They do, and it's hilarious.
Wow, because that's like so many different permissions you have to get for that thing.
But they have it.
I was trying to see if I had the Cartman thing on here.
I love the Cartman version.
I don't. Okay. But yeah, that one's fantastic. You got to do Just Be Lit.
Just Be Lit.
Yeah.
Just Be Lit. Woo. It's like in front of all my daughter's like other side of the family and friends and just like being overly Asian.
These are indistinguishable from the originals. Hey, it counts, I guess.
Right.
Hold on.
We're going to get flagged.
No, it'll be fine. If they do, I'll fight with YouTube. I will go to court and I say these are no way the original songs.
We got permission.
Yeah.
Just
feel it. I could do this.
Yeah. You better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood. Don't feel man. You wanna be hard, better do what you can. So be it. But you wanna be bad, just be it. Be it. No one want to be defeated.
I could really
how funky song is your fight. It doesn't matter who's long or wide. Just be like, just be like, just be like, just be like.
All right. I had to bring that. When I found
that's a good one.
When I found her online, it was for the Beat It cover. And I went, this is amazing. This has to be the new thing for the show. And I'm like, there's got to be others. And I found the other. Now the others are also great. They're nowhere near the level of Beat It, but
Beat It's good.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's now in the soundboard because when I said I had new drops. Yeah, so we have that to go to anytime we want. We even got the full version, and then of course this.
Deported.
That's all in there too. So fantastic stuff. All right, let's get to segment 2. When we come back, television, movies, streaming updates, jam-packed, full of nonsense and goodness for you to enjoy when we come back.
More, it's Eric Nagel. It's Eric Nagel. Next. It's Erik Nagel. Follow the show on all social medias at It's Erik Nagel for ways to watch or listen to the show, both live and on demand. Go to itseriknagel.com.